A lot of good discussion today, Brock, about the combine over the weekend and the quarterbacks specifically who all ran and did everything that they needed to do on Sunday. Jake Locker, electronically, official time of a 4.59. NFL Network had him at first, a little bit lower than that. This is a guy, though, that the terms 4.3, 4.4 were thrown around quite a bit before the combine. To run a 4.59 while still the third best this year behind Kaepernick and Tyrod Taylor from Virginia Tech is not a 4.4.
Yeah, and I would have bet it had been low 4.5s electronically. To run 4.59, borderline disappointed because I know he's faster. I know that electronically he's run 4.4, so I don't know if his emphasis has been so much more on the passing side, which it should be. I can't. That's where his sole focus should be, because 4.59, 4.52, 4.55 is more than fast enough for a quarterback in the NFL. His focus, I think, probably a little more on the throwing end, but I get your point. It didn't wow people. If he was going to run 4.4, that would have wowed people. It would have been in the conversation. It would have been everywhere. Wow, this guy is super freaky, especially with Cam Newton running 4.59. So I understand the point. It wasn't spectacular. But all in all, I think a very solid couple days.
Well, and it is. And he throws the ball well, and he throws the ball accurately at the Combine, which is probably more than what happened at Senior Bowl week, where he was at times accurate, but ultimately inconsistent more than anything else. As a scout, though, I'm wondering just how much weight I'm putting into him throwing at the Combine.
Right.
Because I would think the real question marks about Jake, not whether or not he can hit a target, but can he hit a target in the flow of a play while making some of the difficult decisions that quarterbacks have to make?
And that's why 80% of the decision-making process on these guys is the game film. It is the 40 games that Jake has played while at the University of Washington. It will be his personal workout. It's taking into account the Senior Bowl. It's taking into that day what he did yesterday at the Combine. I guess the only thing at the Combine, Mike, that those scouts and the GMs and the presidents, and why they're all there and sitting in the stands, is they love the fact they can see them all in person. They can stack them up one next to each other and see how they conduct themselves, see how they handle their business, see how they communicate, see how they compete, see if that situation is too big for them, if they squeeze it too tight and bounce balls and throw them 10 feet over their head, or are they steady and handle that as Jake did. I think as Ryan Mallett obviously excelled, as Andy Dalton and Christian Ponder and a lot of the guys we didn't talk about.
A lot of those guys were at the Senior Bowl, though, as well. So really, Blaine Gabbert was the one that sort of comes in and changes this. But I would say the one place Jake Locker probably helps himself the most is by not hurting himself. Now, Cam Newton, Ryan Mallett, both with off-field question marks, not necessarily issues, but question marks, and neither handled those questions all that well. The one thing you'd probably say about Jake more than anything else, he interviews well and zero character questions whatsoever. We'll see what it all means come April 28th.